Alright everybody, we are getting to the end of the 2022 karting season, at least for me, in the greater Cincinnati area. We're heading out. I am at the Motorsports Country Club of Cincinnati. This is their annual KARTOWEEN event, and it's round 6 of the MCC ProAm karting series. We had a qualifying, we had one practice and then went straight to qualifying. The day started out relatively chilly, but as you can see it's very bright and sunny, and it did warm up I think to the low 70s, low to mid 70s, and this is pretty decent for a late October race. This is October 29th. So as we were sitting on the grid back there, I don't know if you noticed, I qualified in the 6th position, not too far off from the pole sitter. I think I was within about a half a second, and there was a couple of guys in front of me that were fairly close to my time. And the 18 next to me, I think he was like 1/10 faster than me, and the 441 in front of me, he was maybe 2 or 3 tenths faster than me. But we did have a lot of fast guys show up for this race. There was 19 of us all together. I won't, this won't spoil anything, but out of this pre-final, I think of the top 13 karts, all of us were within just a few hundreds or a few tenths of each other. The lap times, we're doing the I think they're calling it the national configuration short. So you'll notice when we come around, we're going to skip we skip a corner and basically have kind of a cut through. So I think we just got waved off on the start right there. I don't know why. I thought it was pretty decent, and it would have done me good. I've started on the outside here before, and I don't recall having any issues when I did start on the outside, but it's going to be a little different this day for me. So I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but we do have 19 karts in this Masters, LO206 Masters heat. And as I said, we got waved off, so we're coming back around. We just went through the cut through right there. Typically we would go further down before we made a right, and we get a really long run to that dip right there. You've probably seen it in some of my previous videos from MCC. So we're going to slow up a little bit earlier and get our grouping a little bit tighter. We probably had an issue coming around this last hairpin with the back end of the field not really catching up very well to the grid, to the pack. And they've got a light system up here. I have not started on the front row, so I really wasn't paying attention to what the heck was going on. I was just waiting for everybody to nail it. I don't even know what I was looking at. I don't believe there was a flagman hanging out there, and I think we just had to wait till the lights turned green on the automatic, I guess, flag thing that you'll see on the tower as we go past on the right down here. So again, my rear cameraman, it's looking good back there. We've got some pretty good coverage. You can see the 13. He's been in a lot of my other videos. And I think we had at least 3 guys that came over from the Newcastle. Guys that typically run a Newcastle come over. Maybe 4, I can't remember. But the inside lane gets a good run. And the 91, he was a row behind me. We got the 55. They're already past me. Not a whole hell of a lot I could have done about it. Trying to stick with the 441. He gets a little better runoff right there. And then the 13 was able to duck under me as well. So I got bamboozled by a lot of people right there. Probably should have stuck it wide with the 441 and then just bullied myself around that corner right there, but I didn't do that. So I am probably back in, I don't know, 8th, 9th place, something like that. I think I'm in 9th. But I started in 6th, so, the first lap just did not go well for me. Now, kart-wise, it was weird, before the race started. My kart has always seemed to kind of pull to the right for some reason, no matter what. I'll let go of the steering wheel, the kart pulls to the right. I went and had the frame straightened at the beginning of the season. I didn't have any heavy-duty wrecks of any type this season, so for it to be crooked or bent, nothing specific happened that would have knocked it out of whack. So I threw the snipers on it after qualifying, just to see what was going on. And in the past, it seemed to be alright, so I don't know if something changed or vibrated around or whatever, but one of my, I don't know, they're the eccentric pills, I don't know what the hell they're called, but they're kind of the oval shaped things that are down there where you put your spindles on that help you adjust your caster. And when I crawled under to look, I've got, you know, the off-center ones on the front, on the top and the bottom, where mini karts just have them on the top, so you can see what your caster settings are. Well, one of the ones on the bottom was turned the opposite, so like I did not have even remotely close to the same caster set from left to right on the front of my go-kart. I don't remember which one was the raked out one or not, but I opted to turn the one to take caster out, and now I'm fine. You know, I'm getting a drive with that setting right now without my kart pulling to the right as much. It seemed to somewhat remedy that, and you know, I should probably have better handling characteristics. As you can see, this is only an 8-lapper, so this won't be super long. We were running laps right around 1 minute, so I think everybody qualified. Nobody qualified in the 59 seconds. Everybody qualified. Like, I think somebody was right at 1 minute, 0.01 seconds or something like that. And I was at 1:06, I believe. But we are going to get down to the 59s in this race. As you can see, through this section here, you can take different lines, but it's still kind of hard to pass people, because right at the end, you still funnel down to the same spot. You can sometimes get people on the entrance to that big long sweeping left. If you get under them soon enough, then they realize that they're kind of stuck on the outside, and they're going to have to kind of let you in. Now behind me, I haven't talked about that much. I had people around me for a little while, and as I look up right now, you know, I don't have anybody very close to me anymore. So, you know, for me, I'm just focused on the front of me anyways. But that is where the majority of the action is going to be in this race, off the front camera. And I'll say in advance, when I get to my finals, I don't know what the heck happened with my rear-facing GoPro, but it glitched out, and the camera basically just froze. But I have, you know, 15 laps of racing audio tape that doesn't, it's not too appealing to look at. It's just the audio, which is a shame. You know, there's a decent amount of action in the final. The final has if you've seen the 13 in front of me, he has his channel out there, Beyond the Karts, and he's got footage up from all the races. Now, I got a really good run up on the 13 right here. I thought I was going to get under him, but again, the way this configuration was, I had extra teeth in there on my gearing, so I was losing a little top end, and I just wasn't able to get past him, and he kind of shut the door on me right there. So I fall back. But as you can see, you know, I'm not far off. The leader's he's within eyesight. Everybody's in the train. You know, and then again, this is encouraging for me because I am finally maybe starting to get, at least for this track, I'm getting my handling and my chassis settings figured out. I found some of the literature. I think I mentioned this in another video, but I did find some of the literature for my my Aero X2, and you know, based off the reading there, I brought my rear end back out. I was maybe 3-4 inches under what the recommendation was on that literature for the type of tires and things like that, you know, and type of tires and conditions. So I threw some spacers in there. I couldn't take it all the way out 3 inches because I didn't want my hubs hanging off the end of my axle, but I did throw. I probably put over and all about a little bit over an inch back of width back in the rear end, and the kart seemed to handle good to me. I wasn't getting the hops around any of these corners, so it wasn't biting in too hard. And as you can see now, we've kind of, you know, us back three, you know, they're doing a little racing up in front of us, but we have, you know, rolled back up on the lead group. And I had to kind of stay off the gas through that little section right there. I probably should have hit it a little bit harder and just really rode the heck out of the 13, but I didn't know how, you know, if they'd all of a sudden start banging into each other and jostling around. But again, this is a fun race. I think we're getting close to the end here. I think the 441 who started right in front of me, he was able to get around everybody, and he is in the front, I believe. Oh yeah, so we're about, I think we're hitting the, I couldn't tell right there. I think maybe we have 2 more laps to go. Or this could be the last one, I don't know. But for all the old section of track where I'm used to it, like all these corners right here, I'm pretty used to. Now going around this left, we have to make the immediate right to go through the cut through. This is the new added twist right here. And I was doing okay on this corner, but every now and then, because I didn't have it totally practiced, and other people were doing it as well, but they would come, they wouldn't turn sharp enough at the end. They'd drive in the dirt on the exit of the cut through on the right. And so the 13 knows I'm back there. I think he's hoping that he stretches me out here and there, but I'm sticking fairly close. As you can see, like I said, I took a wider route around there, around that that new section right there, and I didn't get left. I kind of caught back up. Now I think we are coming to the white flag, so we're getting down to my last hope. I don't have any pressure from behind me right now. Yep, the white is out, and I'm hoping, hey, maybe I can get by the 13. Again, like I said, I like this corner right here and don't have any issues with that one. When I get down here, I think I probably should take this a little shallower instead of going as deep into it because of the immediate right. If I take it shallow and come up on that curb, I just cut off distance. And with my short gearing, it helps, you know, if I can cut off distance, I can accelerate through it quickly. So, the 55 hung it out in the dirt right there. So when he did that, I'm like, oh, hurry up, go. I wanted to hurry up and get up there with that 13 because I knew he was going to get under him, and that would basically punch the hole for me, and it did. I was up close enough that I was able to duck under the 55 and get around this corner here. And I had a halfway decent run off of it, and I get this run on the 13 now. If you watch this video, it's pretty funny because I start hopping up and down in my seat to try to get that little oomph. So he's got video of me jumping around in my seat trying to get through there. But that's it. I end up finishing 8th, and I don't know, there was a DQ, but that whole thing was kind of weird because I know the guy thought he got DQ'd, but they didn't enforce it on him, but he was totally willing to have it enforced on him. It just didn't happen. So anyways, I finished 8th in position on the track, and basically would have been 7 in the actual standings. So that's it. Stay tuned for the final. It'll be coming up relatively soon.